Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Packers and the reigning Super Bowl champs on Sunday night primetime.
For my money, it's the best time of the year, playoff football time, as postseason action descends upon FedEx Field just outside of D.C. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, as we've got a great one in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Washington Commanders. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
The fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his third season in the league.
And the quality of opponent goes up a notch here in this divisional round. But he's coming off such a sensational performance, I'm not sure he cares. 4 touchdown passes in the last game, and you'd have to imagine his head coach would sign up for that right now.
Throwing to start the drive. McClain. All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
How about the defense there trying to set the tone on the very first play of the game?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a glow here tonight because they brought the heat right out of the gate. What a good job establishing a tone for this one.
So much for coming out throwing as it leads to an early second down and long. Operating from the gun, McClain.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. On now is the Packers punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line.
So out comes the Washington offense onto the field.
And trotting out there leading them is their fourth-year quarterback.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest. And I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one. Because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They're going to look to throw. He's got Watkins on the out route.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Down to about the 45. Here's a 2nd and 7. Complete, it's Dotson. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Flush to his right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. And the Packers are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Well, he exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. Looking to throw on 2nd down. McLean looking middle, and it's incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up 4th.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, when we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether it's seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Robinson up the middle. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Watkins. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one a first down. Robinson will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. Robinson again. And I don't think he got in. He did not. They mark him short of the goal line. Robinson will take this one in. Touchdown, Washington. So good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And the kick is good, and the Commanders out to a 7-0 lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Packers get set to go. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. Throwing to start the drive. McClain toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. McClain. Across the formation, and he gets this to Miller. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Of course, he's coming off that monster game in their wild card victory, but that's his first catch here in the divisional round. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Looking to throw. McClain to the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Mixon with a first down carry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Again, it's Mixon. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Calling no gain there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got his big tight end here.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 40.
A 3rd down conversion with a strong gain of 14.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Inside handoff to Mixon. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 23. Just one catch for him last week in the wild card win, but getting involved early here and picks up the first.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Mixing up the middle. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Called it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Operating from the gun. McLean. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
And the Washington offense going back to work. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Well, that's good for a first down. Here's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
On the give, here's Robinson. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Some people have been playing defense in this one. There's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. On second down, a run with Gibson. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. He'll look to throw. Quick slant, Dotson. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll look to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. On the ground with a tight end. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Chase Claypool taking it in from 4 yards out. And they are able to add on to their advantage. That's an old-fashioned death march there, partner. Took them a lot of plays, but hey, they did the job.
And the defense always preaches getting off the field, making a play, and turning it back over to their own offense. Unable to do so. A long, sustained drive by the offense.
The try here for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. McClain. Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. On 3rd down, McClain. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. On now is the Packers punter as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 20. A good head down running on the return. Gets about 15 yards. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field. He's been effective so far over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Now here's a throw. It's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Handoff now to Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Left side to Lamb. He's got room at the 30. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And one more time, that's Watkins. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. On third and short, they'll try option left. He's going to be a yard short. Needed two, but only got one. Fourth down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
So on 4th down, Ron Rivera sends out the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And this one is right through. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call. They're opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
Fielded right around the 8. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
This goes out wide for Mixon. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Here's a give to Mixon. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. From the gun on 3rd down. McLean. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Ready?
A handoff to Mixon. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Once again, they run and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it looks like, yes, the Commanders have it. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this, and it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. He'll drop to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Robinson. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try again. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Brian Robinson Jr. with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Commanders continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson from the 6. And he returns this to the 22. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense has done a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Garrett Stingley picks it. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Extra point attempt to come here. And that'll increase their lead to 28. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. From the 6. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. That one caught along the sideline. Did he stay in? Yes, he did. But hang on here. A penalty marker is on the field. So, Charles, this a defense that hasn't made a lot of mistakes like this on the road to this playoff matchup, but a bad one there.
Yeah, you definitely want to rattle and shake up the other quarterback. but you know you've got to do it the right way. Otherwise, that cloth's going to be on the ground.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw again. It's complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there.
Washington going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Going to be caught downfield by Dotson.
There he goes, right side. 30. 10. Touchdown, Washington.
Jahan Dotson,
92 yards.
And the Commanders continue to pull away here in this first half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
Fielded right around the 8. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Packer offense heading back for one final first half drive.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing to start the drive. McClain.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Operating from the gun. McClain.
And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson.
A final shot before break. McClain. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. But first, let's take a look back to Saturday's NFC Divisional Round game. And it's the LA Rams who are moving on to the next round as they were able to eliminate the Carolina Panthers. And on now to a check on the next-gen stats in that first half for the Packers. And despite the fact that they're looking up at a double-digit deficit at halftime, they were able to move the football through the air in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for Washington, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter.
And they have made this look easy. Now, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantage isn't all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to Robinson now on 1st down. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll drop to throw. Able to hit his target Lamb. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr. saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. On 1st down, McLean into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
Now for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Mixon will try the right side. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to get it back here just past the 35.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in the game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. But they're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles, and I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
2nd and 5. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Robinson will try to pick it up. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. 148 yards rushing for him now in the ballgame as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll run again here with Robinson. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 27-yard line. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Robinson up the middle. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Second down and a run by Robinson. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll set up a throw. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. Chase Claypool. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Commanders get another third quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. A familiar refrain. A turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline.
Green Bay's offense ready to go again. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Targets Miller here on the out route. He's got him. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Operating from the gun, McClain. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Derek Stingley picks it, and the Commanders will take over possession here up at the 44. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They begin the drive with Robinson. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory.
160 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
They'll let the QB keep it here off the option.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Back to throw here.
Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Looking to throw.
And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. And instead, it's 4th down.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone, but still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
From the gun on 3rd down, McClain. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to have a Packers first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. Mixon with a first down carry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. McLean. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the give, here's Robinson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Toward the sideline. He will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16.
2nd and short. That's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. One quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Robinson is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Robinson. And Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack, going to stop him short of the 1st. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. So on 4th down, Ron Rivera sends out the field goal unit from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Packers offense set to go. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. To throw on 2nd down. McLean looking sideline, incomplete. The Packers on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And his throw is incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. They'll look to throw again. Completion left side to Miller. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now a throw here, hauled in.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37. From Commander's territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 37-yard line. Looking to throw. McClain. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McClain. Wide open receiver, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. On 1st and 10, McClain.
Quick slant to Hamler. From the 5, 2nd and 4.
Back to throw. McClain. They'll set up the screen here to mix it. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
So the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
To throw on 3rd down. McClain. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
4th down and no hesitation from Matt LaFleur as he sends out the field goal unit. This from 32 yards away. And his kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Back onto the field now, the Commanders' offense.
And this one not officially in the bag, but it's looking more and more like you and I are going to be in these same seats next week for a game to go to the Super Bowl.
And it's contrary to our meeting with the visitors, wasn't it? Remember when we went over to their hotel before the game, and one of the themes they kept hitting us with was, let's put the pressure on the #1 seed and see if they can handle it. Let's do that. Well, they're the #1 seed for a reason. Best team all year long. They're showing it again in this game.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll set up to throw.
Throw left side, taken in by Claypool.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Robinson with another carry, and he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2.
He'll look to throw.
On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but
the self-inflicted wounds. They've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On third down, McClain. This goes out wide from Mixon. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be fourth down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. On now is the Packers punter, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Here's the option going left on 2nd down. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Able to connect with Dotson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Handoff now to Robinson. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. It's a pickup of 12 and a Commander's 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. On the run, it's Robinson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Again, it's Robinson. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, Robinson. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.